Hello. I am trying again to share with you the 6 journals that I have just completed. Before I do, I just want to say a massive hello to the other Tracie Fox. I have been thinking of you and I hope you're doing okay. So these journals, I've been working on them for a little while. I've created them using my kit Tatty Daydream, which is linked down below and is in my Etsy shop. Now, and initially this was going to be a course, but it didn't quite happen. Excuse me. So the journals come in a bag, which is an altered bag. I didn't make it. It's a calico bag which I've cut down. I've added a pocket on, and inside the pocket at the moment there is a pen. I've put some vintage lace along the top, and this is obviously a collage. It is designed to house the journal and ephemera and things that you want to use for journaling. It's not really designed to go out because this is actually an inkjet print onto photographic paper, so it wouldn't handle getting wet at all. This one is called Rose. Now I purchased some vintage brooches with the intentions of adding them to the journal, and I made these tatty fabric clusters. They're just sewn together with a square, lots of different kind of scruffy fabrics, and I've used that as a mat for the brooch. Now it was going to go onto the journal, which it still can, but at the moment it's temporarily clipped to the bag because I thought that was quite nice too. So I'm going to take out Rose and show you. Okay, so this is the first journal. They are all pretty much the same inside. Now, obviously, if there's an envelope, the envelope's going to differ from one journal to the other. The pages, obviously, if they're book pages, they're going to differ, but they are from the same book. They are in the same location within the journal. So there is a bulldog clip, or it's a Tim Holtz clip, holding on the tassel. The tassel is various laces and sari silk. There is also pearl beads and some kind of diamante beads, as well as 2 strings of threaded beads on each one. One of them doesn't have sari silk on. I left that as a cream kind of tassel. In the little pocket, there's a little card from the kit, and there are some beads on a safety pin and the little tab, so that just goes into the pocket. They're all 5-hole pamphlet stitches, and they all have a seam binding closure. So I mean, you could add this to you could pin it to the closure, you could attach it to the bottom of the journal. The tassel would, look perfectly nice on the bag too. So there are options. I'm going to move the tassel out of the way. So I'll show you the side actually as well. They've all got a charm, either a heart or a dragonfly, and I'll show you the others. They'll have 2 bead dangles in a matching colour, and they also have a rose and a bell charm. So on the inside, just to secure the tassel, there is well, no, it's not altered at all. It's a collage card with vintage papers. They've got one of my labels on and a stamp, and it's tea-dyed at the back. Now this is really sturdy. I've made these out of business cards, so they're pretty sturdy. This is a page from my journaling kit, and on the back I have backed them with a tea-dyed paper kit from Roxy Creations, who is Rachel. There's a little pocket slot thing, and inside are some of the little pieces of ephemera from the kit, some of the tiny mini tags and some tickets. Various tea-dyed papers, some ruffles. There are 3 ruffle tabs in each one and a full-page ruffle. In here, this is one of the pockets from the kit that I've stitched around. There's one of my faux flashcards, and also another very hefty journaling tag. I made these from cardstock, all collaged, stamped on with some vintage stamps, actual stamps, and one of my Jujumi Flips things. They are in that pocket there. They're obviously all different because they're all handmade. This is from a Greek grammar book, vintage. Some of them have writing on little notes made. This is from an old ledger for where stamps are sold. I'm assuming it's a post office one. Some graph paper, some little trim here. Now this is a little pocket I've made using the frame in the kit, and I've actually put the frame on upside down. It really doesn't, I've done that intentionally. If you look, it doesn't actually notice that it's upside down. It looks perfectly fine, but I've used that because I wanted this particular image in that pocket. There's tracing paper, vellum in the window there. In here, this is a vintage lace pocket, and that's where that first charm is. Sewn on. There's a sewn tag from the kit, and I have used, I've just created this vintage line paper to back all of the tags. There is a library card, and there is another tag from the kit in that pocket. This is from an arithmetic book, vintage paper again, and this is some tea-dyed kind of ledger paper. Now, Tim Holtz. I'm not quite sure what was going on with these. I bought a pack of these Tim Holtz clips, put all the envelopes in. I was going through, pulled an envelope out, and look what it's done. I've given them all a wipe inside, but they all had kind of like an oily substance on the inside of these clips. So I really don't know how that's happened, but these were from Amazon. I've just put, this is the label from the kit, one of the kit images, and then inside the little envelope is another one of the journaling cards from the kit. They all have a piece of, or a page of vintage ephemera. It's going to vary because they're individual pieces. This is again that back page I've used from Roxy Creations, Rachel, sorry. Trim on here, another page from the kit. This is a bead dangle, and this is, it's reasonably old. So I wouldn't call it vintage or retro, but it's an old piece of writing paper and a matching envelope. It's been tea-dyed, so lots more journaling room. So that's that. This is the only ledger paper I can get in the UK. It's pretty bland. It's just white. It does tea dye, but we can't get the green one here. There's some green grid paper, and there is a vellum envelope with some stamps in. They're a collection. They all have the same amount. They're a selection of vintage stamps. A couple of them are a little bit more modern. Not really modern, but you know, from maybe 70s, 80s. The paper clip, and on here there is an original little flash card, and I got some of these from Jessica and I got some of these from Wendy, so I'm not sure which ones are which in the journal. There is a large fabric pocket which kind of hangs out the bottom. There's another card from the kit. I've added a label to there, some seam binding, and again it's got that lined paper at the back. In here there are two little teeny journaling cards. This one is the same in all of the journals, but this one is one of the tea cards from the kit, and there are 4 different tea cards, so it will vary which one is in the pocket. Okay, this is my favourite page in all of the journals. This is just, I've lightened the kit page and I've printed it onto a thin kind of craft brown paper and turned it into a little envelope. And this is in the kit. Just put the label on the front, cut the little booklet out, added the pocket with the kind of skinny long tag in there, and on here I've just added some scrap paper, and that's sewn on, and that goes into one of the pockets. This is one of the pockets from the kit, and I have sewn, you know, you get those little kind of, it's called a snapshot book, and it's kind of like little mini postcards, photographs. It's a vintage one where you go on holiday and you can kind of pick these up. And inside there is another very sturdy journaling card that I have collaged, and an original tea card. And again, they're all florals, but they're going to vary. And this is just held closed with a little paper clip that I've made using elements from the kit. And they all have some kind of washi on the inside. And that just goes on there. There's nothing in the envelope because it's quite sturdy. If you wanted to remove some of these and put them elsewhere, then you've got plenty of room to use the envelope. So there is another ruffle here, another piece of that green paper. Now this, we did a tutorial on these elements, and they're going to vary again through the journals. They're all different. They all have some kind of double pocket. Some of them, like this one, is a flip. They're not all flips. Some of them are just 2 pockets. But they all have collaged elements onto them. They all have some kind of journaling card with one of them index card at the back for journaling, and they will all have some kind of tag in the pocket. Most of them, I think I've used the Antiquities kit that I made. This is another one of those hefty journaling cards, but they all have a tag, handmade tag of some sort in them. Okay, that's the kit page, the back of that paper again, and this is the back of that receipt, little tiny tag. Okay, in this pocket there is some kind of vintage ephemera, and it's going to be different in each journal. And there is an envelope from the kit, and in the envelope are just some of the other little kit elements. So I think there's maybe, oh, there we go, there's 3. There's 4 little pieces of ephemera in the envelope, and it will be 3 tags. They'll all have the 3 tags in there. There's another tag from the kit, and I think in the kit there are 3 different ones of those. Another vintage lace pocket. They all have an envelope from the 60s or 70s. They're not ridiculously old, but they are old. They're my age, at least. They're at least 40 years old. Piece of paper. I'm a bit older than 40, but they're all at least 40 years old. There's another kit tag with the lined paper, and that's sewn. And there is a luggage tag. There's one of the pockets from the kit, and I have stitched one of the tea cards onto that. In here, this is just folded over and sewn into a little pocket. So there is, because I'm thinking, you know, these tatty ladies might play bridge. Obviously, ladies want lunch. This is another set of kind of vintage postcard photographs from another set of kind of tourist images. They're quite old. And there is a playing card, because I really, really like this. It's men playing Skittles. I just really like those cards. They're obviously all going to vary, but the image is the same on all of them. So I just thought, you know, playing bridge, you might play bridge or Skittles at the inn. So we'll put that in there. The other side of that paper, another little ruffle. And that's Rose done. So I'm just going to pop her into the bag and just show you the bags and the journals. The other ones. Okay, so this one is the only other one I've put the name tag on as yet. This one is Lily. That's the brooch on Lily, and the fabric cluster. Got your pocket. I haven't put the pen in as yet. So this is the tassel, very similar elements, and the pocket. And again, I'll just show you through the tie. There's the heart and the bead dangles and the rose. So that is Lily. This one is Violet. If I can find Violet's label. So this is the brooch. I absolutely love this one. It's got like a little fluted kind of edge, and obviously it's on quite a big fabric ruffle, this one. Again, the pocket. So there's some quite big beads on this one, and again you've got your pearls and your trim. There's the little journaling card in the pocket, and again this one this time has a dragonfly, and there are 2 bead charms, and again the rose with the lace popped up. So that is Violet. I will attach her label. This one is Peony. I know it's not a peony on the front, but it is Peony. And this is the brooch for Peony and the little fabric ruffle. And again, still got the pocket. So there's the beads, and this one hasn't got the pink sari silk in because I just thought, I don't know, I just wanted to leave this one plain. There is ivory seam binding sari on this one, and again this one's got the heart and the bead dangles and the rose. So that's Peony, even though I probably should have called that, yes, that would have been more suitable to Lily, but that it's not, it's Peony. This one is Marigold, I think I called this one Marigold. Yep, there's Marigold. Yep, this is Marigold. It's a deeper red. There's the pocket in the bag, and this is the brooch that comes with Marigold. There's the journaling card in the pocket, the tassel. This has got pearls as well as the red beads on here. And again, this is a dragonfly, not the heart. And there's a square bead dangle here, and this one is glass beads. So that is Marigold. And finally is Iris. I mean, at the end of the day, they are all flower names. They don't necessarily match the journal, but this is Iris. That's the brooch that comes with Iris, the pocket here, and here is the journal. I think this one is my favourite, although I really like Marigold too. So blue beads, the pearls, blue sari. They've all got exactly the same journaling card in the front pocket, just some of them had to be cut down smaller depending on the size of the image on the front. There's the dragonfly, the bead dangles, and the rose. So that is the 6 journals. I'm going to have a little photo montage at the end with the digital kit, which, like I said, will be available in Etsy. The journals will also be available in my Etsy store tomorrow, that's Sunday, and they will be in my store at 5 p.m. my time, and that's British summertime. You'll be able to work that out through Google if you're not sure when that is. I can't answer so many questions about time zones because I'm really pants with maths. But there is a calculator online where you can check. But they'll be on sale tomorrow at 5 o'clock in my Etsy store. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I'm so far behind with videos, but just haven't been able to talk really without sniffing, and who wants to listen to people sniff? And I hope your hiccups have gone, Mrs. Cog. I know hiccups can be a nightmare. So I hope you've sorted those out. And I will see you all again soon. I'm going to do a little video on how I make the frame, and I am going to do that Mackie Stamps video, which I still haven't been able to do. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you like the journals, and I will see you soon. Bye.